Good morning, or afternoon, wherever you're listening to this podcast. Welcome to Diva's Two Cents, where yours truly takes these complicated matters and kind of simplifies it for the masses. So today, I have the pleasure of introducing a keynote speaker, an author, a co-founder of Black Diamond Money Moves, and a colleague and a friend. Mr. Chad Free is here with us today. So please help me welcome him. Hello, Chad. How are you?
Diva, I am doing fantastic. And if I have to just be honest, I have been looking forward to this moment and partnering up with you and just collaborating with you. So this is a good day for me. Thank you, Diva, for having me. And hello to everybody watching this.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. I've got a couple of questions for you already. So, our time is limited. So I want to make sure that I get the good questions in there for you. All right, Chad? Because I know that you're going to have some answers for us.
Sounds good. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's get it. All right. First and foremost, the very first question that I'm going to ask is, who is Chad Free?
I'll tell you what. So that's a great question, right? Because I didn't know who I was for a long time. But here's who I am. I am just a simple dude from South Carolina who loves people and has a very protective spirit and wants the best for people. My dad always said, never take advantage of people, take up for people being took advantage of, and celebrate people's successes. And so that's just ingrained in me. And I really believe everybody's created on purpose for a purpose. And two of the biggest things that prevent people from ever even pursuing that dream or that purpose is their mindset and their money. And so I really like to help people get a handle on that so they can quit focusing on surviving and start pursuing and experience what it's like to thrive. So that's me. That's me, Chad Free.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. I love it. I love it. Okay. So, what is it that most people misunderstand about money?
Um, there's a big problem with financial literacy in our country, and it really is it's just math. It's really just math, but we're programmed. We're programmed to do it this way and to do it this way only. Okay? So our assumptions that, hey, I'm doing everything that I can. Are you really? So you see, I've got this wake up shirt. It's because so many people just go with the status quo. And I think that's on purpose because so many financial institutions preach and put in your head, you got to be beating the market. And you're chasing rates of returns and you're constantly looking for that. But realistically, if you focused on debt and taxes in a very efficient way, you can automatically grow your savings as a byproduct of that. Instead of chasing rates of return, why don't we get some smart tax planning and show you how to eliminate your debt without interrupting your current existing budget? And so I think that everybody needs to always ask themselves, am I doing everything I can? Is there a better way? And once people, get on a Zoom call or what have you, I show them what a lot of, I guess you could say, ultra wealthy are doing for themselves and for their family. And it's like a light bulb goes off. And that's what I thrive, because hope comes back and it's restored to a lot of people. And where they didn't think there was a way, they can see that there is a way. And I tell people, we get off the hope so planning and we put you on the no so planning. Yep. There's more confidence there when you know that your plan is going to work in your favor. It kind of gives you margin in your life where you can breathe and you understand what you're doing and where you're going.
Oh, absolutely. What a fantastic answer to that question. Well, everyone that knows Diva knows that I'm always saying that numbers tell stories. And I'm always asking people, what are your numbers? What's your story? What do your numbers tell? But I'm really curious to pick your mind and brain on this one.
Okay.
If you were to hit the lottery, and let's say your prize was like $10 million, the first thing you would do?
I would probably get, man,
Want to share it with your friends?
yeah, right. I tell you, I guess that shows that I haven't been dreaming about winning the lottery. I first would get a professional that I trusted
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of, hey, let's get some space. Let's create some space and let's really think about this thing. Because as you know, a lot of people that win the lottery, they end up going broke
Mm-hmm.
in a short period of time. So I would really focus on what's important to me. I'd try my best. It'd be hard, right? After I get off of cloud nine, I'd come back down to earth and I would try to figure out what is the most important thing to me. And that goes back to my mission. And I think I would look at generational wealth. I would look at, you know, what can I do with this money as a resource, not a source that I can consume and drive all these nice cars? Because I can have one or two nice cars with $10 million, but I don't have to have 18 Lamborghinis, right?
Right, right.
So I would just try to, it would be hard, but I would discipline myself to really think about beyond my lifetime, my kids, my grandkids. What does that look like? And how can I best take that money and use it as a resource for provision for my mission or income for impact, right? Because that's what I think it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
So many people think that money is your source. But when you flip the script and money becomes a resource for you,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
man, that's when you start living inside out and really experience that abundance from within. So I would pump the brakes. I'd get me a legal person. I don't know if that's an attorney or what. I'd call Chad Free if there was another one, right? But I'm just kidding. I'd call Diva. I'd call somebody that I trust. I'd call somebody I trust and lock arms with them and help them keep me accountable in not focusing on the right now. That's what
Right.
I would do.
Perfect, perfect. Well, I have this, I share this women's group. And we've got business owners there, we've got realtors, investors, who do have a little bit of money put away. And the main concept that is always being pitched to them is that this institution is the best one to put your money in, and that institution is the best one, and you should come with this person, and you should come to that person. And we got a little bit of flavor into who you are right now, but what would you tell an individual, let's say a single mom who owns a business, is doing very well, and is not sure where to go or what to look for in terms of her financials? What advice would you give a woman like that?
That's great. I mean, folks are just now meeting me here on your podcast, and it's not the traditional approach. And so I start out every meeting. I've worked with folks, I've worked with an NFL team football owner, I've worked with a CFO of one of the top three retailers in the world, and I put together plans for them. They were not my clients. I actually did that for the advisors who had those as clients. So I'm very familiar with what these people are doing. No matter who I sit down with, I go over our approach first. And I show people, according to studies, where all of our money goes over our lifetime, from when we make our first dollar till we spend our last dime. And it's really astonishing to know how much goes to taxes, how much is going to lifestyle. And then I really start the education piece with debt, interest that is in that payment, right? That's not knocking down your debt. That's building the profit margin for the financial institution. right?
Mhm.
So and then you've got about 10% with savings. And most all financial advisors want to talk about that piece of the pie. How much you got? How much are you putting away right here? Our platform is better than theirs. Our algorithms have beat the market the past 10, 11, 12 years.
Mhm.
That's how you play the stock market.
Mhm.
That's not how you build real sustainable wealth. And once people see how we do that, it it um it just opens their eyes. So the biggest thing that people who have money that I work with, they're focused on preserving.
Mhm.
Do not lose my money.
Mhm.
And that's opportunity cost.
Mhm.
That's you know, whether it's money in the market, safeguarding. If you're going to lose money, lose it when you're investing in yourself, right? So I think again, it takes that curiosity. And I'm again welcome to talk to anybody just with our approach. But here's the bottom line: we do what the banks do.
Mhm.
So a lot of people's money is in that vault, but the bank's money is not in that vault. It's somewhere else. And we show people what they're doing. And most of the time their eyes just kind of open up, and we're able to help them sometimes increase their wealth 30 to 50 or more percent. Um, because we take away the losses. We just prevent losses. We get their money off of a roller coaster. And I know this sounds cheesy, but I tell them we put it on the escalator. You know what I mean? It's a crock pot process. It's slow and steady, but
Yeah.
you come out so far ahead and you're not worried about it, you know? So anyway, that's what I would say is get out of the whole mindset of chasing rates and returns and beating the market. And man, if I can just get this $2 million uh, nest egg at the top when I retire, then I'll be good. Well, you gonna carry that nest egg around in a book bag with you? You gonna go to the store and say, "All that's mine, and I even got a pack of gum. You know, I should have enough in that front pocket." No, let's make sure we're turning that into income that you will not outlive, and maximize that income. So it really just starts with education and asking, is there a better way? I know that was a long answer, but that's the answer.
No, perfect. As a certified tax advisor, I have clients that ask me that all the time, and we really have to go down to the very, very. You got to start from the beginning. You can't build a home without a foundation. So that's some of the foundational work that we do as tax advisors as well. But thank you for that.
Yes.
And I was wondering, I think that I think you just wrote a book, right? Mindset and Money Revolution.
Yes. So
Talk to me
it's
about
not
that.
out yet. It's not out yet,
Okay.
but we're wrapping that up and I'm super proud of it. So I wrote a book in 2017 called Wake Up Your Retirement.
Mhm.
And I was so fired up about all the knowledge that I was going to share.
Mhm.
But Chad Free's heart was not completely behind that book. The
Okay.
book was great. It gave a lot of good tips. The mindset and money revolution is it's got all of me in it. It's got the good, the bad, the ugly. It's got my very low points where I had what I call a divine disruption. And I realized very clearly that I was created on purpose for a purpose. And, just a tidbit of my story is, you know, I climbed a lot of ladders, and it's like they were against the wrong building. There always was something that I would bump into, some sort of unfulfillment or some kind of obstacle would come up. And I was so focused on working so hard for the benefit of my family. So there's nothing wrong with that at the surface, right? And that's what justified me to just work so hard. And, you know, hard work is necessary, but you also have to be intentional because I lived 2, 3, 4 years out, 5 years out from where I was. If this deal comes through, if that deal will come through, if I can just make this happen, everything will be all right. And when that was my source and I kept focused on that, I would go to bed worried sick. I tell you, I wasn't worried, but my stomach would be in knots, having to feel like I need to hit this marker in my life and this marker in my life. And when I shared that, when I hit that rock bottom, I really felt God told me that he created me on purpose for a purpose. And it was at then and that time that I realized that, and Diva, I didn't even realize this. My dad had a house paid for when he was 35 years old.
Wow. Interesting.
He retired in his late 40s. We didn't live any flamboyant life. He was just really good with money. And I never realized this until, I hit that rock bottom time that I'd been living my life in a panic mode because I was not on track to hit the markers that he hit in his life. And, he didn't put that on me. I was obsessed with that. So because I wasn't hitting those markers and I was running behind, that's how I define success.
Mm.
And so I'd lived my life trying to prove myself instead of improving myself. I was focused on success instead of focusing on excellence. See, I can control excellence, being my best self. And when my alignment became right with who God created me to be, and I started really pursuing that, my assignment just started coming more and more clear. And that's when I started attracting success. And so I really want to break down in that book how you can have the mindset that you are worthy, that you are created to do big things. Get off the sideline, hoping that things shake out in your favor. You're called to get in the game. You have a unique gift that was given to you that you need to contribute to the world, and you got to get in the game. And then I help people take their money and flip their mindset toward that, from it being a source to a resource. Money is out there plentiful. And when you lock in your purpose, that unlocks potential. That puts you on a can't stop, won't stop production. Because every day I get up in the morning, man, I'm ready to go help people. And because of that, I'm more profitable. So like Coach Burt says, our coach, we take our purpose and we profit from it. So that's what the book is. I want to wake people up and help them realize that they can live inside out. They can be present. They can live with purpose, and they can ultimately have peace, because everybody wants different things. But I think we all can agree when we lay our head down at night, we want peace, knowing that we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. So that's what that book's about.
Awesome. I can't wait till it gets out. When is it going to come out?
Man, I'm on the last chapter. And so it's going to have to go through the editing and all of that. What I'd say probably in about 2 more months, we can see that release. So Tim Story is actually writing the foreword in it. I'm very excited about that.
Excellent.
And yeah, it's great. So hopefully it's going to help a lot of people. I pray that it does anyway.
Oh, good. I pray that as well. You mentioned Coach Burt, Michael Burt.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about, I know he says everybody needs a coach in life. I'm one of his biggest advocates. I want to say a word or two about that for our audience, because someone as successful as you, you think and say, does he really have a coach? I mean, does he really need a coach? Talk to me.
Man, I think I realized, I think I had that same mindset as you, maybe. I didn't realize I needed a coach until I hit rock bottom. I'm like, man, I thought I'm doing everything right. It's like the assuming. I assumed that I was partnered with the right people. I assumed that I had the want to, the willpower. But Coach Burt says something, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, that makes all the sense in the world. Sometimes we can't see the picture when we're stuck inside the frame.
Hallelujah. Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
it takes somebody that is talented and that has that gift, like Coach Burt does, to really kind of look and see what that missing piece is. And man, once that missing piece is put into place, it's on. It's a game changer. So he says also a good coach. Oh man, I'm messing it up. I can't do that. A good coach will motivate you, but a great coach will change your life. And that's not it. That's not it at all. But I know that a great coach will change your life. And Coach Burt had a very, very unique part in changing my life. And for that, I am super, super thankful. It's because of him and his people that you and I even met. The network. It's spectacular, and I can't thank him enough, and I can't thank you enough, and what your relationship to me means.
Thank you so much. And like Coach Burt says, everybody needs a coach. And he can't help you. And I know Chad Free can't help any of us if we don't commit. But once we do commit, as Coach Burt says, they will not let us
Not
go.
let you
So
fail.
tell us, Chad, how can our audience reach out to you? How can they get you? Where can they find you?
So you can go to my website. This is my brand new website, actually. Mindset and Money Revolution.com.
Okay.
Mindset and Money Revolution.com. And you can also go to chadfree.com as well. And you can schedule a time with me if you want to just have a discussion and see if you want to see our approach to planning. Mm-hmm. And how we can substantially move the needle financially in your life using your existing budget, I would invite you to get on my calendar and let's take a look at that. At least look at our approach and then make a decision if you've ever seen an approach like that, and if that's something you want to see, if it works for you.
Excellent, excellent. So I want to wrap this up. And ladies and gentlemen, whoever is watching, whoever is really, really interested, Chad Free will not only help you go to his website, sign up for one of his coaching calls or even appointments, and let him help you as he has helped thousands of people out there. Follow him. I think you're on Instagram. Are you not? Instagram?
Yeah.
Facebook?
The Real Chad Free, at The Real Chad Free. I'm on Instagram. Yeah, follow me. Follow me.
Excellent, excellent. So as we wrap this up, can you tell me, was there any question whatsoever that you had wished that I had asked at this podcast? And if you come up with that question, how would you answer it?
I think we covered most everything, but let me leave you with this. Everybody has a next step to become better. And for all those people that feel like, well, I'm good in that area, I'll tell you that even the best still has a next step to become better. And as I was just saying that, it's a game changer when you know that you have a purpose and that you know what you're doing with your money. You're confident, you're clear, and you're comfortable. That right there changes the game. And you just, I talked about it a little bit earlier, but I want what I'm feeling on the inside for other people. And that's liberation. That's freedom. That's being present. Because let me tell you something. I pursue my wife more now. I am focused on my kids. I'm intentional. And that's because I'm not worried about money. And if you go through the mindset and money revolution, or if you have some kind of something like I did for yourself, then it changes the game and you become a different individual and you can truly live with peace. So that's it. That's what I'm all about right there. I want people to experience that life of peace and abundance, period.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for our audience. And for those of you listening, don't forget, send in all your questions to Diva at askdiva.com, divas2cents.com, excuse me. So follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're wrapping up and answering all your questions. For those of you that want to hear more from Chad or have questions for Chad, send them in to me. Send them in to me, and I'll make sure that he gets them. And please, please listen to his advice, follow it. And that, my friend, is Diva's 2 cents.